Hi, I'm Nick, and if you're like me, you've probably gone to school, and a lot of the time you've been thinking, like, when am I actually going to use this in real life? Now, I never said that myself, but I can definitely relate to anyone who said that themselves during school. And I do sympathize with anyone who's had that thought, but with an exception, and that is learning something new isn't a bad thing, but the way that the school teaches and the subjects that the school teaches are the things that I want to focus about today. So I want this to be more a way for you to reconsider what your views are about learning new things and to separate that from school. So the most obvious thing is that school is so structured that there is no room for creativity, or if you want to learn something new yourself, you have no means for that. And this leads to having to study for subjects that you just don't care about, making learning feel more like a chore than what it should be. As without that rigid structure, the ability to learn what you want to learn makes it feel more like an experience than something that you have to work at. But also a flaw in general in school is that most of the times you'll be learning more about the answers and using that memorization aspect to do the right thing instead of teaching you why and giving you that higher level understanding that gives means to not needing to memorize things. A common one is with a lot of aspects in mathematics. You aren't actually learning why something is the way it is, you just know what the method is to solve for the equations. Whereas if you have a deeper understanding of why it was the way it was, then you would not only not need the memorization aspect, but also you'd be able to apply the method in other ways. And to make it even harder, the tests that they give you, standard of tests in schools, lay a lot of pressure on you, as well as stress, which isn't what learning is meant to be. Moreover, the reliance of tests to prove your knowledge in things takes away from actually enjoying what you're learning, and instead makes you feel like you need to know absolutely every aspect of the subject. And although it may be hard breaking the habit of studying for exams or tests, to actually study and learn about something you're interested in can be a joyful experience. Now, sometimes when kids complain about when they're actually going to use the information they're learning in real life, they're not always wrong, as a lot of higher end subjects are not actually relevant to your everyday life. Sorry to drag math under the bus again, but a lot of the things that you learn in maths will not actually be useful to you in the real world, as a lot of real life problems that you may encounter can simply be solved with your phone. This also means that remembering and applying the information you're learning in school will never come naturally, whereas actively learning something that you want to learn and having fun doing so will make it easier to remember. So if you can, try and ignore the inconvenient aspects of learning schools demonstrate to you and start seeking out your own interests that you want to learn about. And of course, once you know more about the subjects that you're interested in, that you yourself choose to learn about, you can reap more benefits in your day-to-day life. And all of this may sum up in actual enjoyment for learning new things. And if you are able to facilitate that emotion, then you can really move forward in life. Now, if school has really dampened your mindset for learning new things, then I'd suggest at least learning stuff that you can use in the future to help you financially. This can be as easy as learning high demand skills that will pay well once you're old enough to get that job. And more importantly, putting that time and effort, you'll only need to put that time and effort into learning the new thing once, as you will then be able to implement it and start earning from it. So overall, while school isn't the best at teaching you new things and may in fact hamper your drive to learn, I encourage you to try and find ways to make learning fun again, as it will help you in life and financially. So take that time away from studying and really focus on what you want to know. And even out of school, learning new things shouldn't ever end. Okay, yeah, that sounded pretty deep just then. Anyways, thanks for watching through, and I'll hope to see you later.